You know, I try to change. I try to be a better person, more patient, more loving, less hateful, less spiteful, less miserable. And I was doing a good job. My best video that I've ever released was actually when I was trying my best. That was the time where I was told I was being miserable and I knew something had to change. And so I decided to try to be more positive, and that video came of it. But I'm gonna be fucking miserable for a moment. What the fuck is this Ari skin? Hello? So, if you haven't heard, first off, hi, I also play League outside of just Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 Deluxe Edition, the greatest game ever made, a masterpiece, a gift to humanity, as well as Overwatch, I guess, and getting over it outside of just those three games. I do also play League, and in League, there is a currency called RP. You buy RP for real world money, and unlike in Overwatch, for example, where there's a direct one-to-one in price, where one Overwatch coin or Overwatch credit or whatever it is 1 cent, basically, you can almost look to it one-to-one. Riot did something much smarter to make people spend way more money than they ever should by making it a little bit skewed. For example, you can buy 575 RP for $5. Close to 500 RP, close to 1 RP percent, but a little bit over, so you're not realizing how much you're actually spending. Oh, I'm getting way more RP for the buck, than I would if it was just even. So that means it's a better deal, right? Not necessarily. No, not really. And the most you can buy is a very awkward 11,525, which is $100, $99.99. So $100 gets you about $115 if you're counting a one-to-one ratio. So it looks like a good deal. It's obviously not. The newest announced skin for the greatest team-based, at the very least, esports player of all time, possibly the greatest esports player of all time, possibly one of the greatest sports players of all time, easily the most well-known esports player of all time, Faker, has just received his first dedicated non-championship skin. What do you get? How do you buy this skin? Surely this is a big deal. It must be $50, even $100. I don't know why I'm hyping this up. If you're watching this video, you probably already know. It's $500. Specifically $516, assuming you have 0 RP at this very moment. So it's a $516 skin. $516 skin. And you might be thinking, but this is for the pack. You're getting more than just the skin. There's 3 different tiers for the Ari skin. The Risen, the Immortalized, and the Signature. For the Risen Legend Collection, which costs 3 1/3 Hollow Knights, $50, you get one of the skins. Ari is a champion, which I think even if you have the champion, you're just going to get the champion shard if you still have her, so gotta increase that price somehow. As well as the Battle Pass, which has 100 tiers. I was wrong before. The tiers are for the next Battle Pass, which will have 100 tiers. So I hope you're ready for a lot of grinding. And then a couple of useless things. A taunt, a PNG for your troubles, another PNG for your troubles, and another PNG for your troubles. So for $50, you're getting maybe an epic level skin with a battle pass and the champion itself and a few PNGs. Maybe that's worth 3 1/3 Hollow Knights. Maybe that's worth $50. I don't know. It's not, by the way. No single skin in a game has ever been worth $50. Although at the same time, you do still get the LeBlanc skin. So this is $50 for 2 skins, a few PNGs, and the Battle Pass. It's $50. This is not the worst deal in the world. Granted, still not a good deal. You could literally buy Hollow Knight 3 times. You could get a full friend group to play Left 4 Dead with. for $40. 4 people, $40. Or you can get a battle pass with a few skins for $50. So in the context of the current gaming industry, this is a good deal. In the context of, if this is actually a good deal, this is a terrible deal. But it gets worse. The Immortalized Legend Collection. If you want the Ahri skin, the cool one, the one that anybody who's reasonable wants, you are forking over at least $300.
Oh my god!
$300. Now, this does include everything else that I've already said, so realistically, this skin and anything extra is $250. Only $50 higher than, a Chroma that we've seen in the past, Darkstar, Rage, or Jhin. So it can't be that bad, right? That was totally a good deal. With this pack, you get a unique kill image whenever you take down a structure, whenever you get a kill, I believe. Some unique visuals. A possibly ultimate level skin. I believe this might be an ultimate skin. Could be a legendary, somewhere around there. A moving PNG. You get some funny words and you get some funny pictures. That's it. The thing that makes this $250 is a couple of unique words, a couple of unique animations, and a skin. That's it. That's all you're getting for $250 additional dollars. This pack is $300. Even considering the fact that this was already a bad deal before this, even considering the fact that that bad deal was a good deal in the context of what video games have decided are good deals in the modern day, charging you $10 for individual skins, this is a bad deal by that context. $250. You will be spending $250 on top of the $50 already. You are at $300 so far if you want to get this pack. And it keeps going. For $500, you can get the skin, some words, the completed battle pass, a couple of chromas, and a couple of funny pictures. That is it. That is a $200 value to these people. Specifically, this is $516. $16 doesn't make that much of a difference, I know, but it's still $516. And guess what? It still gets worse. Maybe not worse in terms of price, but it gets worse in terms of predatory behavior. Because there is, in fact, FOMO. Yes, that's right. This is not a permanent deal that you can just buy whenever. No, you have about a month to make this purchase. You have about a month until it is gone and you are unable to do it. Something I said before that I said Faker would get 33% of the profits was surprisingly close to the mark. It is 30% of profits that will be going to Faker and his team. There's no other way to wait or re-roll into these skins or anything. You will give this company $300 if you want all of this content, and you will give $500 if you want the little bit extra to not have to grind for it. If you want to not play the game that you're spending $500 on, not even. If you want to not play the game you're spending $300 for, you can spend $500 instead. Or if you don't have time to grind that $300 into the $500 value, that is not even $500 value. It's like a $90 to $100 value maximum. I'd probably give this like an $80 value if it wasn't for the overpriced nature of modern gaming. If you don't want to grind for what is basically an $80 value, you can spend $500. Yeah, I mean, and this ends in a month, July 8th. It ends July 8th. More specifically, It'll end July 9th because the last time to get it will be 11:59 p.m. PST. So if you're anywhere else in the world, it will end July 9th. There's a month and a couple of weeks at most. So they are not only throwing in $500 that, again, if only 200 people buy, they're still making $100,000 in profit. But this is also going to be FOMO. I originally had quite a downer ending to this where I was just saying, oh, people are going to buy this. This is going to be a trend. This is going to be something you have to get used to and you're going to fucking like it. But there's no reason for this to be a trend. There's no reason for this to work. If you're watching this, I'm not going to get many views, I'm sure. Just don't buy this. Don't throw your money into the endless cycle of greed and corruption that is the gaming industry, especially when it gets this far in. They're charging $500 for a video game cosmetic, for pixels on your screen. You could literally buy an okay PC and a decent quality computer, not a good computer probably, but a decent quality computer. You could buy a laptop. You could buy food for months. You could buy gas for months. You could buy so many things with this $500. Don't waste it on some funny pixels, please.